It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. You are knowing what you are wanting, more or less. You are appreciating the contrast of your environment. Oh, yes, especially that. Especially that. You are coming to realize that the contrast or variety from which you choose helps you to decipher and to discern and to come to conclusions, that all of this contrast helps you to focus your desire. And you know that even if you don't speak your desire in words, you usually do, but even if you don't, do you know that whenever you know what you don't want, the equivalent, what you do want, is born from that and is known by source? You just can't be someone living life and sifting through life, observing and having experiences without constant preferences being born. And those preferences that are born, they are the leading edge. They are the furthest most creation, because just to want it is a creation of it. Do you get that? Just to want it sends it forth from you vibrationally. And it is so significant that you are here willing to dive into the contrast and give birth to the desire, and give birth to those desires, that when a desire emanates from you vibrationally, the larger part of you embraces it and literally, vibrationally becomes it. So each time an experience causes you to clarify more a preference, whether you are a one-celled organism or a full thinking genius human, or even if you are a collective consciousness. In other words, desire is born and source receives the desire and becomes it. It's a wonderful thing the way it is all working, because you were source energy before you came forth into these physical bodies. Many of you realize that. You refer to that place from which you have come as source often. You think of that non-physical part of you as your soul. But we want you to understand the picture in a fuller sense. We want you to know that, yes, of course, you were non-physical energy before you were the personality that you know as you in this physical body. But even though a part of your consciousness has come forth into this physical body, there is a larger non-physical part of you still non-physically focused. And it doesn't matter whether you call it soul or source. We refer to it most often as your inner being. That vibrational part of you, that solely vibrational part of you, is vibrationally available to you at all times. So here you are in your physical body, also a vibrational being, although you often don't think of yourselves as vibrational. Now you are here so fully functioning as physical beings. You can see yourself and around you with your eyes. Your physical senses help you to interpret this time-space reality in significant ways. And so you often forget, even though all of that seeing and all of that hearing and all of that feeling and smelling and tasting and touching, all that physical, tactile beingness, every bit of it is vibrational interpretation. But you're so good at it, you don't say, I think I will vibrationally view you. You say, I see you with my eyes. You don't say, come and give me a vibrational whiff of you, although it is nice. What you say is, I can see you, I can hear you, I can smell you, I can touch you, I can taste you. What you see and hear and taste and smell and feel with your fingertips is all your ability to interpret vibration. And there is another vibration that we will talk a lot about here today that we really want you to get good at interpreting. And that is the vibration that is interpreted through your emotions. Because your emotions are your indicator of the vibrational relationship between the source vibration that is always being offered to you. Yes, especially and the you in this moment, what you're thinking about. You're coming to realize that when the contrast of variety this moment, which resonates completely helps with the source within decipher and you feel what you describe as positive emotions. Feels like joy, feels like eagerness, feels like love or appreciation. But if what you know that even if you don't speak your desire doesn't resonate with the source you usually do, but then it doesn't feel good. That's what hate feels like. Whenever you know what disappointment or fear feels like. The equivalent In other words, the better you feel is the more in sync you are with your broader perspective. You just can't be somewhere out of life. And now we acknowledge that it takes a little bit of time and to get a handle on your emotions, without most of you have trained yourself apart from them, and those preferences that are born, you know you have them. They are the it's just that most people that you know, maybe even you, do not use your emotions to guide creation of it, which seems sort of crazy to us, just because it is your emotional guidance system, and you came forth understanding that it would always help you to know whether in any moment of time, which is where all of your power is, and give birth to the desire, you are and give birth to those desires, all that you have become, that or not. When a desire emanates from you vibrationally, your source energy part of you embraces this physical body, and while in this body you sift through the vibrationally, you know what you don't want, which causes you to know what you do want. Each time you offer those rockets of desires, the non-physical part of you embraces and becomes that newly decided one-celled organism that you set or a full thinking genius human. Because of the life even if you are a collective part of you has expanded to a new and improved and source. When someone's rude, you want them to be nicer. When you are rude, it's a wonderful you want to be nicer. When you don't have enough of something, you were source energy before you came sick. You want to be well. All day, every day, you are sifting through the contrast. You refer to that to new conclusions of what would be better. Often. Now, when you think about that in that non-context of as your soul that is physically, but we want you to understand think about how magnificent that process is. That yes, of course, out here on the leading edge, who are selfishly because you can't see or experience other than physical body self. But even though as you are having your exposure to life, you are coming to improved preferences, and the source within you is saying, still, you should know you're out there on the leading edge. And it doesn't matter you should know what would be better for you right here and now. We refer to it most often as you offer that vibration, that vibrational part goes to that soul-leading vibrational part of you that you have come as a result of your life available to you and holds that vibration. So here you are in your physical body, also so you could a vibrational being, that the source from which you have come as vibrational is keeping up. Now you are here moment by moment fully with the expansion that you carve out of this physical time-space reality yourself just and around you and with your eyes. All knew your physical senses help you to interpret this time-space reality and expansion in significant ways. And you don't go. You often forget, you don't take the even though all of that in other words, and if you are sick, hearing, and all of that greater wellness, smelling, and your inner being, actually, all that becomes tactile beingness. Every bit of it is vibrational interpretation. But you're so good at it. You don't say, the physical I think I will vibrationally. In other words, you carve out through your exposure. Even the cells of your body are emanating of vibrational. In other words, when one of your cells gets out of whack, what you say is, I can see you, I can request hear you, I can smell you, I can touch you on your behalf, I can taste you. But if you stand here in your sickness and taste, noticing it, pigeonholing it, cataloging it, is all your ability to interpret vibration, fussing over it. And there is another vibration that we will talk a lot about here today, that we really want you to get good at interpreting. As you hold yourself the vibration in the attention through your emotions, the discord or discomfort that you are feeling, are your indicator. You don't allow yourself to move in the direction of the source vibration that is already that is always being offered to you. So we want to today draw your attention what you're thinking about vibration. Vortex when of creation. What you're thinking your about inner being stands right resonates completely with the source within and law of attraction you is real what you describe as positive and emotions. All feels like joy, feels like eagerness, feels like love or appreciation. So we want you to ask yourself, but if what you are focused upon in any moment in my physical body with the source within component, then it doesn't life has caused me to expand. Did I go? That's what or am I a vibrational holdout to my own expansion? In other words, the better you feel, and the answer lies in sync the way you are with your broader perspective. And the worse you think, the more out of closing the gap between now we acknowledge that it takes a little bit of time to get a handle on your emotions because you know most of you whenever trained yourself apart from them in the sense that you know you have them. It's just that most people that you know maybe even you do not use your emotions to guide yourself. The solution, which seems sort of crazy to us, because everything it is your emotional guidance system, as you and know what you don't want, understanding that it would always help you to know is whether in any moment in time, which is where all of your power is. And we just want you to know that when you have a question, there is an answer there. When you have a problem, there is a solution there. When you have a need, there is a supply source there. In other words, everything that you live is causing you to ask, and when you do, it is It's
You
given
know what you don't want, which
immediately.
causes you to
It
know what you do
resides
want,
in your
and when you
vibrational
offer those
vortex
rockets of
of
desire,
creation.
the non-physical part
Again,
of you
the question
embraces
is, where
and
are you
becomes
in that
relationship
newly
to your vortex.
decided
So here's the
intention
spinning
that you
vortex.
set
If you're
forth?
over there in despair,
So that means
you're nowhere
because
near
of the
it,
life
and the
you've
vortex
lived
will not
non-physical
take you
part
in
has
as a
expanded
cooperative component.
to a new
You're
and improved
uncooperative
preference in
when
your
someone's
fear,
rude,
or in
you
your
want them
anger,
to be nicer.
or in your
When you are
resentment.
rude, you
You're
want to be nicer.
uncooperative
When you
in
don't
your
have
feeling
enough
of
of something,
disempowerment.
you want more of it.
If you are
sick,
frustrated
want to
or
be well.
overwhelmed, you're
all day,
closer
every day,
to the vortex.
you are sifting through the
But you're not
contrast
close
and
enough
coming
to be
to
drawn into it.
conclusions.
You know
of what
where
would
the
be better.
line is, where that
Now, when you
vortex
think about
can
that in the
reach
total
you
context
on the emotional
of all
scale
that is
is
physically
somewhere
focused,
between hope
think about
and
how
believing.
magnificent that process
If you can get
is,
in the vicinity
that
of
you,
hope
out here on the
on any
leading edge,
problem that you
who are
have,
selfishly,
or on any
because you
creation
can't
that you're
see
wanting to
or
create.
experience other
If
than
you
through
reach
the
the
lens
vicinity
itself.
of hope,
As
the
you
vortex,
are having your
every now and
exposure
again, will
live,
just draw
you
you
are
right
coming
in
to
as a
improve
cooperative
preferences,
component.
and the source
And when you get in
is
there,
saying, you will
should
see,
know,
you will
you're
know,
out there
you
on
will
the
feel,
leading edge,
you will
you
have
should
the
know
belief,
what would be
because
better for
right
you
before
right
you
here and
will
now.
be the apparent
And as you offer that
manifestation.
vibration,
In other words, when you're in the
non-physical
vortex,
goes to that
that's
farther
when the
leading
solution
edge
is
place
known by
that
you.
you have come as
If
a
you are
result of your
outside
life
the vortex,
experience
you cannot know.
and holds that
you
vibration
must be
until you offer
vibrationally
another
up to
and
speed
another with
so
the
you could
solutions
say
you seek
that the
before
source
you can
from
even
which
see
you
them.
have come
So if you're
is
saying,
keeping up,
I've wanted it for
moment
so
by
long
moment,
and I cannot
with the
find my way
expansion
to
that
it,
you carve
a more
out of
accurate
the
thing to
physical
say would
time-space
be,
reality.
I've wanted
Just
it
as
for a
you
long
and
time,
we
and because
all
I've wanted
would
it
be.
so long,
But
I've
sometimes,
created a
after you
vibrational
have caused an
masterpiece
expansion
in my
of who
vortex
you
of
are,
creation.
you don't
But
go.
because I can't see
You don't
it,
take the
and I
expansion.
maintain an attitude
In other
of
words,
doubt,
if you
I
are
hold
sick
myself
and you ask
vibrationally
for
apart
greater
from it
wellness,
where I can't
your inner
see it.
being actually
So actually what you're
becomes,
saying,
we're not
if you
kidding
really
you
want to
at
be
all,
accurate, is
I
becomes
can't
weller
see it because I keep saying that I can't see it.
than that part of you was
I can't
before
find
the
it
physical
because I
part
keep
of you got
feeling
sick.
that I can't find
In
it.
other words,
I
you
can't
carved
find it
out
because it's
through
lost.
your
I can't
exposure.
find it because
Even
I'm
the
not
cells
worthy.
of
I
your
can't
body
find it
are
because I'm not
emanating
smart.
these
I can't
In other
find
words,
it because
when
I'm
one of your cells
resentful. I
gets
can't
out of
find
whack,
it because I'm so
it
sick
sends
of
forth
not finding
a request for balance.
I can't find
a
it because
request
I'm
on your
burned out.
behalf.
I can't find it
But
because
if
I've
you
tried so
stand
hard
here
and
in your
struggled so
sickness,
long.
noticing
I'm
it,
tired. I can't
pigeonholing
find
it,
it. I'm tired. I
cataloging
can't
it,
find it. And we say,
diagnosing it,
yes, you can.
worrying
You just
about it,
got to lighten
fussing
up.
over it,
You just got to stop
commenting on
saying
it,
you can't
looking
find
it
it.
up
You just
on
got to stop beating the drum of what is.
These
You
are my
just got to stop
symptoms.
beating the
As
drum
you hold
of what's
yourself
missing.
in the
You have to
attention
stop
of
asking the
the
question,
discord or
or you
discomfort
can't
that you are
hear
feeling.
the answer. You don't
Because
allow
the
yourself
vibration of the
to
question
move in the
and
direction
the vibration
of
of
the
the
answer
that has already
are
been
two
carved
different
out.
vibrations. The answer's
So
in the
we want
vortex.
to
The question
today
is,
draw your attention
the problem's
toward
not in the vortex,
this
but the solution
vortex
is
of
getting the
creation.
sense of
Your
this.
inner being
You've got
stands
to
right
adjust
in the
yourself
middle of it.
vibrationally
And
to
law
get
of
into the
attraction is
vicinity of
responding
what you
to
are
it.
looking for
And
before
all
you can see
cooperative
it.
components
Many say,
are
well,
being
that's
wrong.
a bummer. So we want you to
If
ask
I was
yourself,
in the vortex,
often,
I'd already be happy.
Am I,
You mean
in my physical
I have to
body,
feel
a
like I've got it
cooperative
before I
component?
can get it?
Life
and
has
we
caused
say,
me to expand.
yes.
Did I go?
And you
or
say,
am I
then
a
give it to
vibrational
me.
holdout to my
Then
own expansion?
give it to me, and I'll
And the
feel like
answer
I've got
lies
it. But it's
in the
very
way you
difficult
feel.
for me
The
to
better you
feel like
feel,
I've got
the
it
more you are
when I don't
in sync,
have
the more
it.
you are
And we say,
closing
there
the
you go
gap
again.
between you and you.
You're
The worse
focused
you
upon
feel,
not having
the more
it.
you are
And you say,
disallowing
well,
alignment
how can
with
I
who you
know
Do you
the
know
sweetness
that
of
whenever
having
life
something that I don't
causes
have?
a problem
And we
to
say,
be
are
apparent
you
to
completely rooted
that
in what is?
in this vortex
Can you
of
only
creation
look at what is?
appears,
Or do
in
you
the
have the power to
precise
remember,
moment,
the power to
the
imagine,
solution?
or
In
better
other words,
still,
in
do
everything
you have the
that you are
power that
living,
the source within you
as
has,
you know
that
what
when
you
you
don't
know
want,
what you don't
the
want,
equal
and
and
equal and equivalent what you do want is born? In other words,
vibrationally.
don't you know,
And
and
we
we
just
just
want
want
you
you
to
to
know
know
that
that
you
when
want to
you
be
have
well
a
when
question,
you're
there is
sick
an
than
answer
any other
there.
time.
When you have a problem,
Isn't
there is a
that when
solution
wellness
there.
really
When you have a
focuses within
need,
you?
there is a
And
supply
if you could ride the rocket of wellness rather than
everything
drag
that you live is
yourself
causing you
around
to ask,
in
and
the
when you
probing
do,
and poking
it is
of the
given
illness,
immediately.
you would be
It
weller
resides
after you were
in your
sick than you
vibrational
were before you were
vortex
sick
of
every
creation.
single time.
Again, the question
So,
is, where are
we are
you
eager
in
to talk with
relationship
you
to your
about
vortex?
anything that is important
So
to
here's
you.
the
spinning vortex.
see our
If
greatest
you're over there in
advantage to
despair,
do to
you're nowhere near
lure
it,
you
and
into
the
the
vortex
vortex.
will not
We've
take
written
you
several
in as a
books, and
cooperative
every book is
component.
full of
You're
processes, and every
uncooperative
process has
in
been
your
written
fear or in your
with
anger
the
or in your
express
resentment
intent
of
you're
helping you
uncooperative
in your feeling of
release the
disempowerment.
resistance. If you are frustrated or overwhelmed, you're closer
if you
to
were
the vortex.
resistance-free,
But you're not close enough.
you would be like
to
the
be drawn
cork bobbing
into
right
it.
back to the surface.
You know where
You have
the
to hold
line
that
is
cork
where
under
that
the water.
vortex can
When you let it
reach
go,
you
it goes right
on the
back to
emotional
the surface
scale,
where
it's
it
somewhere
and you belong.
between hope
So
and
when you
believing.
no longer beat the
If
drum
you can get
of
in the
problem,
vicinity of
the
hope
solution comes.
on any problem
When you
that
no
you
longer
have,
beat
or
the
on
drum
any creation
of
that
being
you're wanting
lost,
to create,
you find your way.
If you reach
When
the
you no
vicinity
longer
of
beat
hope,
the drum of what you
the
don't
vortex,
want,
you
every now and
find
again will
the
just draw you
equal
right
and
in
equivalent
as a
what you do
cooperative
want.
component.
These are the
And when you
laws
get
of
in
the
there,
universe,
you
and
will
they are
see,
working
you
for
will
you.
know, you will
You've
feel,
just got to work
you will
with
have
the
the
laws.
belief
You
because
can't buck your
right
own
before
current
you
and get
will
to where
be
you
the
want to be.
apparent manifestation. In other words, when you're in the vortex, that's when the solution is known by you. If you are outside the vortex, you cannot know. You must be vibrationally up to speed with the solutions you seek before you can even see them. So if you're saying, I've wanted it for so long and I cannot find my way to it, a more accurate thing to say would be, I've wanted it for a long time, and because I've wanted it so long, I have created a vibrational masterpiece in my vortex of creation. But because I can't see it, and I maintain an attitude of doubt, I hold myself vibrationally apart from it where I can't see it. So actually what you're saying, if you really want to be accurate, is, I can't see it because I keep saying that I can't see it. I can't find it because I keep feeling that I can't find it. I can't find it because it's lost. I can't find it because I'm not worthy. I can't find it because I'm not smart. I can't find it because I'm resentful. I can't find it because I'm so sick of not finding it. I can't find it because I am burned out. I can't find it because I've tried so hard and struggled so long. I'm tired. I can't find it. I'm tired. I can't find it. And we say, yes, you can. You just got to lighten up. You just got to stop saying you can't find it. You just got to stop beating the drum of what is. You've just got to stop beating the drum of what's missing. You have to stop asking the question, or you can't hear the answer. Because the vibration of the question and the vibration of the answer are two different vibrations. The answer's in the vortex, the question isn't. The problem's not in the vortex, but the solution is. Are you getting the sense of this? You've got to adjust yourself vibrationally to get into the vicinity of what you are looking for before you can see it. Many say, well, that's a bummer. If I was in the vortex, I'd already be happy. You mean I have to feel like I've got it before I can get it? And we say, yes. And you say, then give it to me. Then give it to me and I'll feel like I've got it. But it's very difficult for me to feel like I've got it when I don't have it. And we say, there you go again. You're focused upon not having it. And you say, well, how can I know the sweetness of having something that I don't have? And we say, are you completely rooted in what is? Can you only look at what is? Or do you have the power to remember, the power to imagine? Or better still, do you have the power that the source within you has, that when you know what you don't want, an equal and equivalent what you do want is born? In other words, don't you know in a more acute way that you want to be well when you are sick than any other time? Isn't that when wellness really focuses within you? And if you could ride the rocket of wellness rather than drag yourself around in the probing and poking of the illness, you would be weller after you were sick than you were before you were sick, every single time. So, we are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. We see our greatest advantage to you to lure you into the vortex. We've written several books, and every book is full of processes, and every process has been written with the express intent of helping you to release the resistance, which is the only thing that ever holds you out of the vortex. If you were resistance-free, you would be like the cork bobbing right back to the surface. You have to hold that cork under the water. When you let it go, it goes right back to the surface where it and you belong. So when you no longer beat the drum of the problem, the solution comes. When you no longer beat the drum of being lost, you find your way. When you no longer beat the drum of what you don't want, you find the equal and equivalent what you do want. These are the laws of the universe, and they are working for you. You've just got to work with the laws. You can't buck your own current and get to where you want to be.